Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live. And today we are coming with another mini training on state of expansion and how to bring in ease when it comes to anxiety. So I will be taking you guys through some points today on how you can become more easy whenever you are feeling anxious. And we will also be talking about different ways by which you can do this. Okay, so welcome everyone who have joined the mini training. Just to give you guys a reminder that I already have 2 more mini trainings up on my profile. One to tackle overthinking and worrying, and the next to tackle anxiety symptoms in the body. So if you have missed that out, you can please check it out right now after this live, and that will help you get a full picture about everything that you need to help combat your anxiety. Okay, so I have some really great music playing today as well, and I would like you to sit down in a quiet, comfortable space to go through this live together. Okay. So what I wanted to cover today is something called ease. Yeah, and what happens is whenever there is ease in our body, in our lives, within ourselves, we can manage to tackle situations which are very tightening, very frustrating, suffocating. Yeah. And one of the biggest things that people don't share when it comes to ease is that you can't develop ease overnight. You need to have a relationship with ease. You need to have a relationship with feeling easy, with letting go of things, with changing your mind, with adjusting to a situation. So one example that I want to give you is that if you have a firm belief, and we already discussed about beliefs in one of my previous lives for this mini training series. So when we have a firm belief, and we remember that beliefs are formed in our childhood, yeah, in our formative years, and that belief is so firm regarding action, working, hustle, I have to do, I have to figure this out, I have to problem solve, I have to work my way out of this. When these are some of the ingrained subconscious beliefs in our mind and in our body, that is when we are not able to, bring or come into a state of ease. And what I mean by that is that we don't have a relationship with ease. We've never been able to experience it. By experience, I mean just the way your beliefs perform, the same way your experience develops with ease. You had parents who never spoke about taking it easy. You had parents who always cut short your breaks more quickly than, your study time or your work time. Yeah. You had teachers that emphasized on, slotting your time or making your schedule such that you have always space for some kind of activity, some kind of learning, but not for just being, not for just absorbing what you learn or just sitting with yourself and being. And a lot of the times we confuse this state of ease with play. So for a balanced life, let's say we need 3 points, and those 3 points form an equilateral triangle. One is work, second is rest, third is play. So rest usually comes last for a lot of us, simply because we are not primed to it, or our caretakers, the environment that we've grown up in, is not primed for it. I have to keep doing something. I have to stick to what I'm doing. So only then will I be able to move forward, and pausing is shunned upon. If you pause, then that means you're not doing anything. If you're taking time off, that immediately means that you're not doing anything, which is something bad. Okay, so we all are aversive to the state of rest and ease. Now let's talk a little bit about confusing play and rest. Okay, so when we were young, we all heard this sort of statement that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So, you need to have work and you need to have play. But what we don't understand is that work and play both require our mental and physical focus. That means not only is your body involved, but your mind too. Even when you are playing, let's say be playing a sport, or you are taking a walk, you are going out to be with your friends, you are at the gym, it is still you sort of putting focus on some kind of action. Your brain, the physical part of your body, is still coordinating your movements. What you need to do is still planning for you, is still making sure that you show up at your best self. You are playing well, you are out with your friends, you're smiling, you're involved, you're conversing, you're carrying forward so many things. So what happens is you are not really at ease. And because your body and mind can be at work even during work and even during play, a lot of the times we have not been able to enjoy our play. I want to know in the comments how many of you no longer connect with hobbies from childhood, are no longer able to connect with friends when you go out, are having difficulty in sustaining these relationships that were so meaningful earlier. Maybe you feel pressurized to show up, maybe you feel that it's a big hurdle or a burden to now make sure that I match myself with this group that I have, my in group, my peer group. So that is because you're looking at it from a pressure point of view, simply because it's work in some form or another. Yeah, your body and your mind is involved. So that's why separating rest from these two is important, because the rest is going to bring ease, and this ease is going to help with you regulating yourself, your mind, your body, and especially processing very, very heavy emotions. Okay, so how do we develop a relationship with rest? First and foremost, we cannot look at rest as the devil. We have to look at it as another equal component in balancing this triangle of your life: work, rest, and play. It is an important pillar that is going to support the other two, and without it, you're going to be burnt out. If you only work, no play, and you forget about rest, you're burnt out. If you only play and forget about work and rest, or very little work, you are not going to get anything done. And if you ignore rest completely, then like I said again, you're always on work, or you're always on action and high alert. Yeah, even in situations that are supposedly supposed to be relaxing. Okay, so develop this relationship with the intention that rest is not the devil. Rest is not the devil, or if I rest, it is not the end of the world. Okay, so how do we do that? The second thing is normalizing rest that is normalized by people. Okay, because a lot of the times anxiety is stemming from other people's stories and other people's opinions, and we covered this in the last live as well, which was yesterday, that a lot of the times we are absorbing things from the environment. We are carrying forward stories that we have heard from others, their opinion about rest, their opinion about hard work, what a person should look like, do like, be like. Okay, so we need to normalize in our life all of the points of rest that are normalized generally. By that I mean normalizing taking a nap. Okay, there are so many cultures in this world that do take naps, and I know a lot of you must be having full-time jobs and full-time work and school and college and office work. So on the weekends, if you can take a nap, please do. It doesn't have to be much. It could be 15 or 20 minutes. Then normalizing your sleep schedule. A lot of you may be working late, you may be working at a different shift, like let's say a night shift or an evening shift. Still, the time for rest that you do get, please prioritize making full use of it. Okay, then let's say that we all normalize eating in a good pace, eating slowly, eating well, chewing a lot of times, so that we can develop good digestion and we can absorb the food in a good way, in the sense, I mean, that we don't overeat or undereat, or we don't compromise on our nutrition. You become mindful. So eating, taking time to eat, taking time out to read a book, taking time out to sit in your garden and spend time with yourself. So start accepting rest that is already normalized in your family, in your culture, in your society. That is a very, very good starting point, because when we try to sort of bring in radical rest, which is again something that I'm going to talk about soon, is going to be very difficult. Okay, so number one, setting an intention to have a relationship with rest. Number two, normalizing points of rest which are already normalized. Number three, we move into something called a sacred pause or radical rest, which means that you take dedicated time off. And the time off is not for you to improve or to become productive or to learn a new skill. Please remember, that is again you in action. The dedicated time off is so that you can switch off, shut down. It's like, when you have so many tabs open in your computer, it's like anyway eating up the RAM. Even if you're not actively working on the tabs, it's eating out the RAM in your computer, right? In your laptop. So that is going to cause a lot of pressure. Your laptop is going to heat up, your computer is going to heat up, and you will have to shut it down. So the same thing happens for us. So taking dedicated time off where you are not using that time off for something else, because we are trying to catch up with the rest of the world. I see so many of my clients, and me too, I had this for a long time in my life, that I would take dedicated time off and use it to complete some other task, So it is not for that. Slotting out dedicated time off in the week. If you have the luxury of taking a full day or even 2 days off and just being, like in yesterday's life, we spoke about getting that me time so that we don't procrastinate as a result of rebelling, So this me time, expanding that. Okay, so let's say you have a full-time job. Taking dedicated time off during your weekend to just be with yourself, to just sit and drink your cup of tea, to just lie down and contemplate, to just take a shower very slowly and just do your sort of skincare or body routine, or just sitting down and maybe listening to some good music, not looking at the video or not like doing something else as you listen to the music, just enjoying the music. Okay, so these are ways by which you can radically rest. Yeah, even going out and taking a walk is definitely you in action, but if that is coming from a space of a different intention, that okay, I need to get in my 5,000 steps, I need to get in my 1,000 steps, then your brain is going to look at it differently and it's going to bring a different state in your being. Instead, if you are like, I'm just stepping out and this is just relaxed time and I'm going to be with myself, your mind and brain is going to look at it differently. Recently, I also shared about needing versus wanting. Whenever we tell ourselves that I need to get this done, do this, I need to finish something, your brain is going to look at these needs as a mandatory thing, as a necessity. So it will figure out endless way to problem solve it for you. That doesn't mean that you can solve the problem. That only means is that your brain is in overthinking mode and you're constantly worrying, you're unable to sleep, you're unable to focus, your mind is racing with these thoughts of trying to solve a problem. Okay, instead, if you speak a different sort of self-dialogue and you say, I want to do this, the pressure on your mind gets down. It's like a soft break on these thoughts, and you look at it from a point of desire. And we know that whenever we desire something, it makes us feel relaxed. Okay, think of your loved one, think of your partner, maybe think of that beautiful bag or beautiful dress, or a beautiful car that you want to buy next. When you think of it, you desire it, you automatically smile. It makes you feel positive, and it's not a pressure load. Okay, so try to look at all these tasks from a want point of view. Just reframe your sentence into saying, I want. Instead of I need to do this, I want to do this. The moment you say I want to, you move into a point of desire, and that immediately anyway relaxes your brain. Okay, so guys, setting an intention to have a relationship with rest, prioritizing rest, normalizing normalized ways of rest, accepting radical rest or finding space for radical rest, and now coming from a point of desire. Okay, so these are some of the ways by which you can bring in ease. When you have ease, you can work on tackling any kind of anxiety that you're feeling. Okay, when your body already understands how to relax, when your body or brain is already primed how to calm down, how to feel relaxed, how to feel more aligned, how to take space, then we are not in that panic or frantic state. You already know it. But this is something that you have to teach yourself. Just like somebody has taught you A to Z, and now you can replicate it on your own. You probably taught yourself so many skills. You taught yourself to make friends, you taught yourself to fall in love. So many things are there. The same way, you need to teach yourself how to come into the state of rest and ease. With rest, the body and mind can be at ease. And when there is practice of ease and normalcy of ease, and we find it easy to be in ease, that is when moments of anxiety, that is when a situation being very difficult and causing anxiety in your life will be so much more better tackled by you, because you know how to switch off from that. You know not to give in to that rabbit hole of worrying thoughts. You are able to pause and reflect and see what you need. There are a lot of clients that I work with that come to me with anger management issues or brain fog or unable to focus, or just having all of these worrying thoughts about their life, their future. And a lot of the times when we work on them taking a pause, they have no clue how to do it. Even though I guide them through that, so many people are hesitant to come to a therapist or get support in doing that, which is all right. There is a lot of work that you can do yourself, and that is why I make these videos, because these are things that you anyway need to practice yourself. So you have to understand that if you want to calm down when there is an anxious moment happening or something is going wrong, you have to know and learn how to be calm in the first place. That means you have to understand who you are when you are calm, which means that you need to now accept rest and ease. Okay, with rest and ease, you will be expanded enough, not contracted and restless, but expanded and open enough to resolve your problems and actually take action when you are ready. Okay, so I hope today's mini training was helpful for all of you who watch this and all of you who will watch it later. Thank you for joining me in this short training once again. I again want to emphasize that there are 2 more mini trainings in my profile, and they are simply full of so much information. And today's live was more about supplementing both of the things that we covered there, the mind and the body. I already covered so many techniques there. Please go give it a try, make them a part of your daily routine, and just know that these simple small changes can really bring a big difference in your life. Okay, so I wish you all a very good evening, and I will see you soon. Bye.